Hello everyone, welcome to today's showcase on Dark Souls 3. Alright, enough shitty weapons, enough horrible weapons. I want to do a good weapon. So today, I chose a boss weapon. Now, you know what sucks in Dark Souls? All of them? You only get to choose one weapon at a time. Why not both? But now I'll get to go around a whole freaking done the playthrough to get the other weapon. Oh well. So for today's weapon, it is the Great Sword of Judgement. Don't you fucking judge me. I can choose a weapon if I want. Such a stupid name. Description of this weapon reads, a ceremonial sword held up by Pontiff Sullivan's left hand, representing the judgment of the moon. What tacky sentiments. But with magic far closer to sorcery than any existing lunar power. Its dark moon hues, deeper than the darkest moon, reflects Sorcerer Sullivan's bold true nature. Yeah. The cheese is just melting on this one. The skill is the Stance of Judgment, which is just a take on normal sword stance. Assume the stance unleashing dark magic. Use normal attack to a longing thrust, and a strong attack to emit a side-sweeping wave, which we'll be both looking at and testing. So yeah. Really cheesy. Really cheesy. Man, there's cheese between every space of those damn words. Anyway, moving on to visually. Well, visually, it's no different from any other claymore. In short, claymores are pretty much very large swords. They go beyond longsword reaching and usually are as tall as the person wielding it. They're not usually the frontline troops either, usually they're the backline troops. Whether protecting the rear guard with fewer numbers, or simply being sent in at a moment's notice to wreak havoc. Claymores come in many shapes and sizes. This one may be more on the bastard sword side, but that's a video for another day. But yes, claymores are fairly common, but they can come in different shapes and sizes. And this weapon is no different from any other. Alright, moving on to stats with the Great Sword of Judgement. Physically, well, we got pretty good physical. And not only a bit of physical, we also got magic damage. As weapon mentioned, it is steeped in magic. Well, when you put the two bald elements combined, you get a lot of damage, but the bonus, it's okay. It only goes up to 85. That's okay, considering you have roughly 200 damage. Anyhow, moving on to true bonus. You got 2 Ds and a C. D for strength, D for dexterity, and C for intelligence. As mentioned, steeped in magic. It is reflected in tribute requirements. You need 17 strength to wield this, 15 dexterity, and 12 intelligence. It's a bit of a funny way to balance everything, because, you know, when you put a lot of points to both strength and dexterity, you don't usually have a whole lot of intelligence. I wouldn't say it's high requirements, but it's somewhere in the medium category. Then we have the Stance of Judgement, with the plain basic attack being 19 FP, and then the side-sweeping wave being 22 FP to use. And the weight of the weapon is 9.0, which isn't half bad for a great sword. So overall, pretty good stats. Moving on to animations, the basic attack is the heavy swipes, which share across all great swords, and the power attack is the overhead slam and side swipe, again shared across all great swords. Two-handed version? Well, again, I'll try to call it great swords. It's the overhead and downwards lungings and swipes. Power attack is a very heavy lunge from side to side. Now, on the rolling attack, the basic roll is a very quick drop of your blade on your opponent. And the heavy attack version is a very heavy swipe. Now, in the left hand, there are no new animations whatsoever, so it's rather pointless to hold in left hand. Now onto the special, the Stance of Judgement. Ooh, fancy, it glows. Almost like my Dark Moon. Probably Dark Moon enchantment. But anyway, there's the basic attack, which is a stab, which is not shared across weapons, and there's the wave. Very neat. So it costs 22 FP to use that boom, and look at that! The effects stay in the blade! Neat! You can see here I did take my Dark Moon enchantment and did throw it on this blade, or attempt to, but you can see I cannot, so it is a Dark Moon enchantment, which is good. And the sprint attack's a very rapid swipe. Going on to enchant the Great Sword of Judgment, you will need Tate Knight's Scale, so there's only 4 or 5 levels. And for the first level, you can see you get quite a bit of damage if you add both levels together, both magic and physical. Now, if the true bonus changes, that's anyone's guess. It may not. But it doesn't seem like it's going to level up in the... Actually, no, it's not going to increase at all. So it is then. But that also means you will not see any change in true bonus at all, because this weapon cannot be infused with any gems given its Tate Knight's Scale enforcement, which is unfortunate. Now, for performance, I plan to have fun with this weapon. I was planning to use my wave against this guy, but he's not so eager to meet it. Basic damage is quite a bit, because we got that magic damage in there. But these guys are not resistant to magic at all, so backstab, that hurt. Wow, 700 damage. That's a lot. Let's try it against these guys. Okay, not that powerful, but I'm not truly surprised by that either. And we got that Dark Moon enchantment on. Don't forget, you got that Dark Moon enchantment, which is powerful in its own sense. I use it against many enemies. So I do like this idea about this weapon, having that on there. Now, as you can see, magic damage, you can easily get through a shield like that. And damn, with that Dark Moon enchantment on, almost 1,000 damage. Let's try it against Gargoyle. Now, the Gargoyles are extremely weak to magic, as you can see. Even the wave attack just did that much. Wow. And, yeah. You don't need to worry about shields with this weapon. Now, let's sucker punch the dark... Oh. Okay, as we see here, the wave has a very not that long of a range, but still, it's okay. Give or take, seems like it's around the 12-meter range, maybe. Maybe it's too long, maybe 10. But we can see there's plenty of damage. That magic just wrecks everything. Awesome damage. It's very good. Alright, it's time to move on to the pros and cons of the Great Sword of Judgment. Now, on the pro side, it's got a tremendously high amount of damage. It's got a projectile attack. That's a big pro in its own sense. Also, it's got magic damage added. And on top of that, the Dark Moon enchantment remains on the weapon after using any of its moves, which is neat as hell. That's excellent. I love that feature. Cons of the weapon are, well, to be honest, it can't be infused. Yep, and I guess it has somewhat high stat requirements. Not very high, but at least somewhere in there. But then again, by the time you defeat Pontiff S, you should at least have almost all the stats. And that's pretty much it for the cons I see for this weapon. Going on to the score for the Great Sword of Judgment. Damage gets 9 out of 10. That magic damage is ferocious, and the Dark Moon enchantment on top of that, it has even more flair to it. Reach is 10 out of 10. It has a projectile move, greater than any range of any other weapon in the game. There's better projectile moves, but this one still has a projectile. Animation is a 5 out of 10. It did borrow almost all its moves from the Great Sword set, but however, its stance is unique. It may look similar, but the moves are entirely unique. Bonus gets a 6 out of 10. Now, the bonus was excellent, but they're good enough. Misc, though, 9 out of 10. It goes through shields. It pretty much just... no enemy is resistant against magic. It has its own unique special, and it even remains that Dark Moon enchantment. That's excellent. So in total, the Great Sword of Judgment gets 39 out of 50, which is exceptional. I really like this weapon. That Dark Moon enchantment is my thing. I think I'll take it to a Tate Knight's slab after I'm done. So, there you have it. An excellent weapon. For just about everyone. It's gonna be more viable even if you're not a magic caster. Because this weapon's excellent. That magic damage. If you can't cast spells, stab him with magic, is what I say. Only in Dark Souls do you stab with magic. Oh, that's one of the things I like about this franchise. But anyway, that's my opinion. What's yours? Anyway, that's been Showcase for today. I'd like to thank everyone here for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care out there.